candidate conversations, peaceful painting, and retirement recollections. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, April 17th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. You see the signs everywhere. Well, quite literally, we have an election coming up. So, the candidates gathered last week for the Candidate Forum. On April 9th, folks gathered at the Scarcella Administration Building for the 2026 Candidates Forum. We started out by speaking with the event's moderator, Christopher Bro.
Tonight we're going to have candidates in for City Council and School Board election. City Council, I see from notes here, position 5 and position 6, and position 5 of the school district. And we hope this gives the folks of Stafford the opportunity to tune in to METV and see what's going on, see what these folks think about running the city and the school district for the next couple of years. So we pulled the questions actually from media folks, folks who we've talked to, say, give me some questions on what you'd like the candidates to answer. We hope to have, as always, objective questions folks to answer, so we get really a good feel for what they're thinking.
Now, on to the candidates. I asked each one question. What do you feel you bring to this race?
I appreciate that question. So I bring commitment to our community, dedication to, of course, our community, experience, and a track record of getting things done.
I bring some new blood. Maybe we can get some things sorted out, making sure that we're, number one, what I want to bring to it is no property tax. I want to make certain that we fight that as hard as we can. So that's my number one objective on this running for this office. Anyway, that is my key thing, along with possibly helping to get the city some growth going on. My dad was in the water board, Weber Heathcock. He was in the water board for several years, and he enjoyed it, loved it, did a great job, I think. And when he left, there was a surplus, and you can check that. So that's what I would like to do. I'd like to help. I'd like to help the city, and I'd like to help the citizens of the city. That's my objective.
I believe that I bring a willingness to listen and to adapt and pivot as needed. I think good leaders know how to not always believe that they're right, but to acknowledge when things require a different action than they might have anticipated. I'm willing to listen to any of our residents that come to us. I'm advocating for an improvement of our city. I'm unsatisfied with the status quo. I want our community to be better than it is today. And you're going to continue to see that passion, that fire, and that connection with the school, with the community, from my different hats in connection with so many members of our community if I have the fortune of being reelected.
What I bring to the race, what's most important to me is I bring awareness from my peers and peers that are younger than me. I'm from Stafford, Texas. I'm a product of Stafford, Texas. Grew up in Stafford. So what I bring is a unique perspective of just compassion. I care. It's a few things that I'm going to hit on tonight that I'll talk about a little bit more in depth, but you have somebody from Stafford for the first time in the race that graduated from Stafford that's running for City Council position number 6. And I'm excited and I'm fired up, and I hope the City of Stafford is too. Thank you.
There are also 2 races for SMSD Board of Trustees, though current Vice President Jackie Jean Baptiste is running unopposed. The candidates for the remaining race got the same question.
I think I bring experience. You know, my first term in office was a very interesting one. You know, there was lots of changes dealing with the state, you know, with public education. That's always fun. You know, being chair of the planning and zoning before this, you know, introduced me to governance and I feel like I'm part of government all the time. I work for the city of Fulshear and know government inside and out. So I think that's my my superpower and my advantage, if you want to call it that. I'm a government guy. At the end of the day, and always want to learn more and want to keep going. And hopefully, I get the opportunity to continue to serve the Stafford MSD and the people of Stafford in general.
I believe I bring the knowledge of education, actually being in the classroom, boots on the ground with the students, with teachers, with admin. I know the inside, so I'm able to make rational and correct decisions for those people.
Let's give them a round of applause. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us for the Candidates Forum. We hope it was an informative session. Be sure to vote early, not vote often, vote early, scratch through that. Important election dates, early voting is April 20th through 28th, and election day is May 2nd. You guys go out there and have a great night. Thank you.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Now that we've had a look at the contestants, let's have some information about the election itself.
With election season right around the corner, the City of Stafford would like to remind you what is on the ballot this year and our early voting schedule. Stafford will hold its general election on Saturday, May 2nd. Early voting will take place from April 20th through April 28th. The early voting schedule is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on April 20th, 22nd through 25th, and the 27th and 28th. There will be no voting on April 21st due to San Jacinto Day, and voting on Sunday, April 26th, will be from noon to 6 p.m. Positions up for election this year are Stafford City Council positions 5 and 6, as well as Stafford Municipal School Board of Trustees positions 6 and 7. Xavier Herrera and Frank R. Heathcock are running for Stafford City Council position number 5. Tim Wood and Kenneth W. Grant Jr. are both running for Stafford City Council position number 6. Adam Sanchez and Joycelyn Bennett are the two candidates for SMSD Board position 6, and Jacqueline G. Baptiste is running unopposed for SMSD Board position number 7. For more information, visit staffordtx.gov. This is your chance to make your voice heard in the Stafford community. We hope you come out, learn about the candidates, and take time to vote in your local election.
Calming Crafts, next. Look, right now the world is a very tense place to be, which means you have to find calm and serenity wherever you can, and that can be as close as your local library. The Mamie George branch of Fort Bend County Libraries is like an island of quiet in a busy world, and one of its events is a quiet pond in that island.
Today we're having our Sip and Paint program. Basically, we provide canvases, either blank ones if you're daring, or paint by number ones if you're still daring but slightly less so, possibly. And we just come in, we put on some classical music, we get some sparkling cider, and we spend an hour or so painting. We do this program once a month. It's on the second Wednesday of every month in the spring and the fall. During the summer, our programming schedule is a little different, so we take June and July off. All right, so coming up, we've got every third Monday we have a Dungeons and Dragons program for teens. That one takes place at 5 p.m. This month we have a board game night on April 13th. We're also going to have some Magic the Gathering there, if there's any Magic the Gathering players that would like to come check it out. Every Wednesday afternoon at 3:30 we have a Switch 2 gaming night for our middle graders that come in after school. And on Monday, April 27th at 5:30 p.m. we have our Crafty Stitches, and this month we're doing Crochet 101. And on Wednesday, April 22nd, we have a computer class. This one is going to be a tech help and resume assistance. It's kind of a drop in and out with your tech questions. Bring your devices, bring your questions, and hopefully we'll have answers for you.
For Stafford CSI, this is Randall Williams. Farewell to the King. Next. SMSD is ready to introduce its new superintendent next week, so it was time to say goodbye to Dr. Robert Bostic, one of the longest-serving heads of our school district.
They say that for every great achievement, there is a moment of celebration that reflects a lifetime of work. For Dr. Robert Bostic, that moment arrived during his final board meeting, a night filled with memories of khaki shorts, community dancing, and a vision that will now literally be carved in stone.
We've done a lot of things. We've seen you dance in your khaki shorts. And we're going to name the Educational Plaza the Robert Bostic Educational Plaza.
Wow.
The leadership starts with a connection. Sometimes over something as simple as a fallen sign in a neighborhood, it's about making people believe in their city again and leaving every street better than you found it.
You've always had a way of speaking about this district that made people believe, and Stafford is better because of you. Thank you.
Even when you're the boss, the best leaders never stop being students. Dr. Bostic managed that rare feat of being a superior, who was also a peer, proving that you can lead with authority while remaining open to learning from everyone around you.
I know you always joke around and say that we are your boss, but at the end of the day, I felt that I've learned a lot from you.
To some, he was a superintendent, but to many families, he was simply family. Whether you were a parent in the stands or a trustee at the table, he opened the door and welcomed your entire household into the heart of the district.
Dr. B, it's been a true honor to be able to serve as a trustee alongside of you as our superintendent. Even when I was a parent, you welcomed me as family. And
change is hard in a small, tight-knit community, but Dr. Bostic took the helm of the Stafford ship and steered it through the firestorm of progress. He didn't just tell the city what they could do, he showed them, and the community embraced that vision.
You came to our city and took us by a firestorm. You had visions, and these little 7 square miles, we kind of hard to change, but you took this ship and you steered it.
Success is easy when things are going well, but a man's true character is revealed in moments of adversity. Dr. Bostic walked through the fire and came out with his head held high, proving that who you are as a man is just as important as what you do for a living.
I think the greatest testament of your legacy is going to be your character and the person that you are as a man, as a husband, as a father.
For nearly 12 years, the district has been guided by a leader who didn't just manage budgets, but loved our babies.
It has been a blessing to watch you lead with love for our babies in our community. Phase 2 is going to look good on you. We love you, Dr. Bostic.
In a world where change is the only constant, Dr. Bostic was the exception. He was a steady hand for an entire generation of students, focusing on their character and confidence so they could find their own sense of direction.
it's always been the way you treated our students. You held them to a high standard, and you challenged them and the district and the city to do things that were at the time innovative and uncomfortable.
Behind every great leader is a partnership built on dreams and faith. For Ellen and Robert, Stafford wasn't just a job, it was an assignment, a mission to change the world by impacting one child at a time.
We used to dream about what we would do for kids. We used to say, you know, kids are our future, they're our world. How can we impact them to change our world? And so we've always done that prayerfully and with that in mind. So when we got to Stafford, it was prayerfully. So I said, okay, we're on assignment here.
From his principalship at age 25 to his final days at Stafford, the calling was clear, to pour into other people. He stayed when others left, keeping his word, leaving big shoes to fill for whoever comes next.
We knew his calling was poured into other people. And for this board and the board that have been here before you, thank you for encouraging him to lead with his heart and lead with passion. Congratulations, and good luck to your successor, because he's got big shoes to fill. Thank you.
A leader's impact isn't just in the buildings they construct, but in the people they help grow. For principals he mentored, Dr. Bostic is more than a boss. He is a part of their own professional legacy.
Please know that your legacy will live on, not only in the community and in the structures, but in those that you have impacted personally and helped to grow.
And so I appreciate everything that you've done, everything you've poured into me, because you are a part of my legacy. When it comes to my career, you're going to be somebody that I never forget. So thank you.
We don't just like you, we love you.
If you looked up the definition of goodwill in Stafford, you'd likely find a picture of Robert Bostic. He didn't just turn the school district around. He gave the city's children a foundation strong enough to build their own futures upon.
All the time I was growing up, I heard people say, right person, right time, right place. Open the dictionary, and I guarantee you by midnight they'll be Googled, and that'll be the picture of Dr. Robert Bostic as the definition.
My appreciation to you is you turned around the school. When you started into the slippery slope, you came in, you turned it around.
There are many ways to say thank you, but for Dr. Bostic, it always comes back to love. Love for the city, love for the staff, and love for the students who inspired him every single day.
It won't be coming to me, it goes to my kids. I thank you, I love you, the city, I love you, Stafford MSD, I love you, the staff, and as my wonderful, where are my principals at over there? They ended with a Bostic-ism. I don't just like you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The meeting is adjourned, and the season has changed. But in Stafford, the name Robert Bostic will always mean leadership, vision, and most of all, heart.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I got a motion by Vice President John Baptiste, second by Trustee Thompson. That was the slowest motion we've ever made. I think ever.
Wow, I noticed that.
And it's not the time. I think it's the reality of knowing that this will be the last time we'll get to do this with you. As excited as we are, it's also tough to say goodbye. So, all those in favor? Motion carries 7-0, 12:25.
Reporting for Stafford Weekly News, I'm Mal Morales.
That's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced at City Hall of Stafford, Texas, in association with Houston City College.